Hello all and welcome to the latest Construct with Jamie. This is one of the videos in our series for our YouTube channel, which is Crafting with Jamie Rodgers and Craft Mania. And all of the items that you see on today's video are of course available from Craft Mania. Craft Mania is a UK based independent craft store that boasts over 10,000 items on the website that you can go on and purchase at any time. If you live within the UK, P&P is completely free if you spend over £5. If you live internationally, then of course you can shop with us, and P&P is capped at just £10. Check out the website to find out more about all of that lot. Today's video, this is what we're going to be doing. We are going to be constructing this very large Christmas card, showing you a few ideas in which you could do to create it. On our Construct with Jamie videos, what we really try and do really is show you the bones of a construction that you can then create in your own theme and style. This card is obviously focused around our Slimline dies, which are ones we stock via Sue Wilson, and these are part of the festive 2021 release. But as many of you are probably aware, Sue has brought out several different releases of Slimline dies, and there are lots of different themes that are available for Craft Mania already, including some lovely dot ones and sliced backgrounds and layering ones. So if you didn't want to go do Christmas, if you don't want to do penguins, lots of options, but this is a nice card style for you to work with. Now the actual card itself does completely fold down flat and would fit in an envelope quite easily if you've got one that's about 8 1/4 by 8 1/4 square roughly, or of course could go into a box. It does also of course open up to reveal your free panels. So there are different ways in which you can package it down if you want to, but that's one of my favourite ways to actually pop it into an envelope. I'm going to lay it down just so I can see what we're doing, and I'm going to share with you the measurements for this project. So I've started off here with an A4 piece of card, and I have scored it from the edge here up 1 inch, 4 inches, 5 inches, 8 inches and 9 inches, and that will leave this little area at the end here, which is the part we're going to use to do our gluing with, or our adhering onto our next panel. Now the next panel is actually the back of the card. Now with mine, I'm going to bring this in and I'm going to tell you the truth, because I think the truth is always the best way to be. When you collapse this card down, my back panel ends roughly about 3/4 of an inch, maybe an inch shorter than the actual outside of the card, if you wish to fold it down like so. So you may wish to play around and extend that out slightly. But I don't want to lie to you, I want to tell you the measurements in which you can see, and then if you wish to create slightly differently or work with them slightly differently, the choice is yours. It's more about how much of an insert panel you wish to have and how worried you are that when you put it in an envelope everything is squared out. So it's up to you. For my one though, however, I have used a slightly cut down piece of card. So it's A4 in height to match the one that I already have on this side, and it's just been cut down to 10 inches. I've then scored it at 3 inches. So basically I have a 7-inch back panel here which we're going to be working with. Now for my card, once scored, I've gone along with a bone folder and I've broken each of these folds so that I have my different stages. These are where we're going to be attaching the panels on these 3 1-inch pieces. This part here, the end of our A4, is the bit that we're going to be using to add it on to our panel as such. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this one forward. I'm going to bring in some Cosmic Shimmer Dries Clear Glue, which I've already decanted into an ultra fine bottle. Again, we have both of these available on the website, but I do find Cosmic Shimmer Glue really good for construction because it does dry clear and it's also got quite a quick grab to it, and it's also a really strong glue. I'm then going to take this panel and I'm going to pop it literally onto the back of that card, and I'm making sure that the end piece here matches up with the fold line. Now because of the length of the A4, when we turn this over, we can see that we do have a slight missing area here between the score of the card and where that piece has started. So I'm just going to take a 3-inch by A4 panel and we're going to pop that over the top. We know this is 3-inch because that's the size that we scored this internal piece to. So again, we can bring that in and we can glue that on. Now one of the joys with wet glue is that we can make sure that everything is level. We can also make sure that our folds still work, and it's always a good idea to go in and just check that your folds are still folding down where you need them to be. Now once we come back to our card, I'm going to turn it around so it's the side that I would be looking at the card and how I would need it to be. I have 3 panels. Now these are the panels in which we are going to add on our pieces too. So you can play around with the size of these if you wish to. I'm just going to double check, so I don't want to tell you the wrong measurements. I measured these just before we come on. And do you think I can remember them now for certain? As I thought, 4 inches wide by A4 in height. So you want 3 of these. And this time what we're going to do is we're going to go to them 1 inch areas and we're going to add our glue onto each of those. Now, although this one's done with our Slimline dies by Sue Wilson, you could also do very similar effects to this card with paper cuts designs, and there are some really lovely Christmas ones of them. So you could have like a Father Christmas standing out on one side, and then where did ice cream come from? A snowman on the next one, and then maybe some words or something else on the next panel down if you wanted to. So you could really play around with these with different designs. It doesn't have to be about the slim lines. When you're ready, bring these panels in and attach them onto them glued areas. So we'll pop one on, then we can bring on our next panel. We're going to attach that onto the next one, and then our last one onto the very front. And then when we stand our card up, we can see that we have created our 3-fold card. Now just bend all of your creases into place so that you're happy with them, and then you can decorate as you wish to. Now, once again, on my card, don't forget I have been using lots of Sue Wilson dies. So we have our lovely penguins, we've got some elements from the polar bear set. We of course have our Slimline dies, including some of the holly nesting dies as well. Obviously some gold mirror card, also some white card, which I've used my scoreboard to score and give that nice sort of ribbed effect on it. So you can really play around with these. Not only if you wanted to, and I'm going to turn this the other way up, and this might not look great, but I'm going to give you an idea just in case it does. You could of course also go the other way and bring your card out so it's a much bigger creation. Again, you might be actually looking at this and thinking more for mini scrapbook albums or Christmas decorations. There really is no end to, once you've got your scores in place, playing around with them and creating as bigger projects as you wish to. Equally, if you don't want to go big, you can always go small, and I have one here. Instead of going out on lots of tangents, we just have one panel created on the front of our card instead. So you can really play around with this concept, this idea, and of course those Slimline dies. Now, as I mentioned, there are lots of different versions on the Craftmania website which will cater to all different themes throughout the whole year, and of course not only for cards, could be used for scrapbooking and lots of other occasions too. Now, if you've enjoyed today's video, which I really hope you have, please make sure that you subscribe to our YouTube channel, which of course is Crafting with Jamie Rodgers and Craftmania. Hit the bell so you get notifications when new ideas pop up. And also, I would love it if you do take these ideas and create with them in your own style, that you share them on our Facebook group, which is Create with Craftmania and Jamie Rodgers. Literally type that into the search bar on Facebook and it will pop up. It will ask you a couple of questions, and then you are free to share with us all of your cards that you've created with the ideas you find on our YouTube channel using Craftmania purchases. Now, as I mentioned, you can buy all of the products you've seen on today's video and 10,000 more items on the www.craftmaniacrafts.com website. It is UK based, as I mentioned earlier, and if you spend over £5, your P&P is completely free anywhere in the UK. If you do wish to shop with us internationally, then as I mentioned earlier, P&P is just capped at £10. You can of course also shop with us in one of our Craftmania Essentials departments, and you can also shop via our phone line as well. Our phone number is 01403 843 666. Thank you so much for watching this Construct with Jamie, and I look forward to seeing you all again soon on our next video. Bye for now.